Perkins. He needs a new tyre. They have the front tyre laid out in the pit ready for him. And he's also told his chief, Noel Nowaki, that he is dying for a drink. He's going to have a tyre and a drink with Peter Brock. It'll be the briefest stop of the race, and he'll be straight on. He's only going to stop just to get the tyre, to have a drink, and he'll be straight out, and he will finish the race. Larry Perkins won't take over, but he's standing by just in case. Back to you.
Thank you, Evan. Larry has done a great job in the mid-range part of the race today. So Brock could come in for a very, very quick pit stop just to take on that new tyre and also a soothing drink and rejoin the field. So it'll be interesting to time the pit stop.
Mike, Alan Grice has made up 7 seconds on John Harvey in second spot in about the last 6 laps. So the gap there has dropped from 122 down to just under 115.
Well, it certainly looked as though Grice was making up a considerable amount of ground because Brown had dropped a little off the pace. There's Brock coming over the top, down through the divot.
Well, that's not quite that boring, is it? Wake up, son, wake up.
It is if you back the turbos.
Well, Brock's going to come in, as you heard Evan Green say. He's not going to have too much time for a drink. If they're only changing one tyre, it'll take them about 13 seconds flat, I'd say.
Chris Economaki has joined us in the commentary box. Thanks again, Chris, for your marvellous contribution to today's telecast. What have you thought of the race so far?
Well, in the pits, you don't get to see much of the race. You see all of the pit action, and you get the feel of the drivers and so forth. I was impressed frankly, by Larry Perkins. Here's a man whose career has not gone well for him over the years. He's had many a disappointment. He's traveled abroad without success. And here he is so up, on the track there in the pits.
Brock coming in for one rear tyre and a drink.
Perkins seems to be ebullient today. He's on cloud 9. He's walking around on the balls of his feet. He's smiling. He talks to anybody who approaches him. He is just tickled silly the way things are going for that 05 car right there.
They're a professional team, Chris.
I wondered earlier whether the breaking up of the old sophisticated team that was so slick and so smooth would affect the performance of it. But obviously Perkins has filled in for Richards admirably.
Very, very warm in the car today.
I hope that container wasn't full because he's sucked it dry.
It's not easy to drink out of a full face. I'll be taking a shower now.
Yeah, pouring water down his neck. Terribly hot in there.
Oh, somebody missed the boat here. They forgot to get a label on that thermos job.
Okay, Evan.
48 seconds was the time he took. 48 seconds, which is much longer than they would have liked.
Much too long.
They got an air hose caught in the door when they tried to close it. Peter Brock took the opportunity to have ice thrust down the back of his neck, as you saw, plus a cooling drink, and they changed more tyres. But he's underway. He still has the lead in the race, back on the road. Let's rejoin the race in just a few moments' time.
Welcome back to the James Hardy 1000 Classic at Mount Panorama. Number 44 in the pits. Problems. Thought they'd entered into their spring cleaning there for a moment. They had the rear glass up. Maybe an extinguisher went off inside the car. We'll check that for you in a second.
Mike Alan Grice continues to close on John Harvey in second place. The gap now down to 68 seconds. But they're both, of course, still well to the rear of race leader Peter Brock.
I think it'd be feather in the cap, though, of the recar team if they could split the factory 1-2. I think that's exactly what Grice is trying to do. Could have another pit stop on here for the Marlborough Holden dealer team, John Harvey.
Well, this could